Okay, I'm going to put in a late night session on a Saturday night at 10 o'clock. Going to basically mark out my levels for Monday morning. Reason I'm doing this on Saturday night instead of Sunday evening or Monday morning is because I have my anniversary day tomorrow. So I'd rather be prepared for the market as well for the following day and have it ready to go. So that's the reason for this. But let's start off on the monthly chart. That's how I like to do it. So I want to see kind of where the market could possibly bounce. I don't need a trend line, I need a ray. Horizontal ray. Okay, that's good enough for me. I know it's way out of the way. It's probably never going to happen, but I always like to mark it out. That's just how I like to do it. So that's how I'm going to be doing it. Where's the magnet? And there it is. Get rid of that. Also, that was a good one, but I'm not going to keep that one. That's good, that's good, that's good. There we go, that's another one. Okay. Doesn't count, doesn't count, does count. Okay, swing low, back up to swing high, roughly of course, give or take. Okay, and then after that, hopefully you'll find some support over here. Probably won't be till about right there, but that's where I want to keep the other one. So I'm actually going to mark both and label it as a zone. Okay, so now what we do is turn them into a little bit of a zone, sort of like a zone defense. Make it happen like that. Couple of reactions there. Not really, but yes, to over here. Good wicks, and down we go. So now looking at this, let's see how much of a difference that became. Where's the little time indicator? About right there. So that was 22 bars, which took 669 days. Oh wait, that's too far. That's me moving it that far. Okay, so that was 11 bars, and that's 336 days. So that's basically a whole year of nothing but downturn, which is October 22. Makes sense because 2022 was a down year. Okay, so we were there for 11 bars, which is 11 months, right? So then, if we're expecting the same thing to happen here, it would be at least 11 bars. Down, up, down, up. Okay, I think we've got everything there. So I'm going to leave this as monthlies. So I'm going to put this in a text. Make a new template out of this. And move it in as a monthly. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to style it. It's also my first time doing it on a recording and first time doing it this way. So do bear with me on that. coordinates template. So now template, save as. Oh, thought I was typing. So just like we have the 200, it's always going to be red. So I'm going to make this exactly the same way. I'm going to make it red so that we know it's monthly. So from the largest time frame possible. That's the reason behind the colors. Now remember, these videos are not just for you, they're 100% for me to keep myself accountable and to basically force myself to learn even quicker, because as we know, teaching others is usually the best way to learn yourself. So therefore, 100%, this is not for anybody else but for myself. Completely selfish, I know. I get it. Looks like we might actually have a bigger dump on our hands than maybe we possibly ever expected. Ding, ding. Maybe. Good monthly divergence though. I like it. Okay, so now we have that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to move this into a 1 week time frame and kind of look at it, see what's going on here, and maybe set up our zones on the weekly time frame instead. Oh look, on the weekly it's actually bouncing off the 200. Oh, so we may be reaching a near bottom at this point. Unless we plow through it on the weekly, then it could be floodgates. So just looking right now, I'm literally just going through, seeing where the swing low is, see how it reacted bouncing off of it, seeing coming back where that swing low is, seeing how it reacted, and then getting to it. I don't want to do it too far below, but I do want to do it somewhere in this vicinity so that I know that it's definitely, working properly. So see, that's not bad. No, I was using my finger. But where my mouse is at the moment, you can see the dotted lines. Yep, that looks like a good area actually. Plenty of reaction, plenty of weight in that area. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to change this to a purple. And or bluish maybe. Like a light blue. Yeah, let's do a light blue. Do this one thinner. Put this as weekly. And save that as a template for weekly. Support and resistance. Save. And turn this into blue as well. Okay, so we have this going there on the weekly. Okay, so there it is on the weekly. So now what we want to do is kind of build our zones, I believe. Oh, there's also another weekly one. Boom, all the way through. Let's go. Okay, so that takes care of that zone. Right? And I truly do believe this would be the next zone area after that. This one. Like how this reacts here. Oh, crap. Okay. And I also do want this as a zone as well, so I'm actually going to do that as well. Where is it? There it is. Oh, first array. You kind of know what we're working with. Template. Weekly. Hit OK. $500 on that as well. Boom, boom. Look at that. Amazing. Okay, I think that's going to be good enough for now. Oh, actually, I still have all this right here. Okay. Perfect. honestly, I feel like this is super good. I think this is ready to go. Just gonna fine tune it on the daily. Just a teeny tiny bit, just to confirm. And we're not gonna go too far back, because otherwise we might be messing something up. Okay, let's just start here in Friday, May 23. 2023, obviously. Okay, swing low-ish, swing high, dip, dip. I guess let's focus on our area right now, which is going to be around the 17,303. 17,303, 17,5. So really the main one is 17,708. So I'm going to leave that alone because 17,708 seems to be far, far more significant. Good bounce in this area here as well. Gonna leave that alone. Okay, so now the next one would be here. And I'm gonna move this as a green ray. Of course, horizontal still. Low is 17,387, so I want to make sure we're somewhere near there. 17,387. Where's the price? $5.39. Okay, so that's where the close is. Got it. Just happens to be in that area. Ray. All right. Wow, we're making some progress. Hitting daily there, hitting daily here. Okay. Leave this part alone. Definitely gonna add there. Swing low, swing high. It was over here. Daily, daily, daily. Okay. I think we've got everything. Or as much as we're going to get anyway. As much as I want to. That's what I should be saying. Wow, you really can't tell. It was pretty much over right here. Yeah, we came back up to it. We never went back to the same level. It's usually when it tends to roll over in the first place. That's crazy. Then you got the slight bounce. The dead cat bounce, as they say, dead cat bounce. That came, that fell. Tried to attempt again higher. Got knocked down by the 20 EMA, or SMA I should say, because I do SMAs. And then bam. Now, looking for the bottom makes complete sense, because remember, usually, at least the first rally is always the sucker's rally. Second rally is a good point for a little bit of a longer term rally or violent, and then third one is really the 100% one, in my opinion. Still want to look for some levels in this area here, because there's no way we just go straight down to 15.6 something. And I think that's going to be good enough for me, simply because of the fact that it seems that my 500 point moving areas have been very nice. So what I do is I'm going to mark it all up in this, and then I'm going to save it as a new template, and I'll show you what I do after that. Right? Right. I know it's very, very hard to see, but you can see it here on this side. Okay, so next up is ES. That completes NQ. Let me lock it into place here. So when we come back next week, I am hoping to get in here near the 18,000 mark, which is really 17.8 area. I'm hoping that's where it will bounce up to, and then that is where also it will begin to move down. So the idea is, I wonder how you do that. Brush, maybe? Moves up to here. Oh, that's too much actually. I don't even think it'll move all the way up to there yet. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. And this. What's a ghost feed? Oh, interesting. So I'm thinking like right around here is where it'll come up, and then that's where it's going to go down back into the support area. Then a tad bit further bounce. Oops, what happened here? Okay, and then a tad bit further, so like right here. Right. Then finally we come back down to about right here where this level is. And then we kind of, where is it? Okay, here. Like here, 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 and then here. We start to move up. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. So I'm actually going to leave this on here. Hopefully I can just turn off these And labels. Visibility? No. I guess not. It's okay, I'm still gonna leave them in place. Let's see what happens. The dates I'm not expecting at all. However, that's the pattern I'm looking for in order to confirm this possible reversal in this area, because I'm assuming it's going to be somewhere in this area. The reason for that is if we look at the weekly chart, it hit the 200. If it goes anywhere below this, it should bounce back up higher first, claiming here in this area before moving forward. Or worst case scenario, goes lower, it does this, and comes further down. So that's what the two scenarios are. But I'm going to leave it as this for now. I guess what I should be doing is go ahead and deleting this. Getting rid of this, and then doing it again as just a marker. So tomorrow, or this coming week, we go up here, and then we come back here to test it again. Okay, and when we test it, we go a little further down, and then move up, and then bounce here. And then we will decide which way we go, this way or this way. Right? We'll figure it out at that point. But I feel like this is what's going to end up happening. Gonna do a little bit of range bound action now before deciding on the next leg. So that's how I'm prepared. I'm going to be trying to play this range from here, 18,435, down to 16,990. That's where I believe the range will be for next week. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of put that into place. Where's my Word document? Oh, there we go. What is next week? (04/07/125). Looking for range bound action. Let me put it on this side. Possible bounce to 18,407. Then back down to 16,409. Right? 16,409 is what I was thinking. 1708, not 16. Yeah, 1708. 8. There we go. Go next. Boom, boom. Okay, so that takes care of NQ. So now let's do ES. Save. ES. So, where is it? There it is. These drawings are from I don't know when, long time ago I believe. So what I'm actually going to do is make some fresh drawings. Right, so some fresh drawing time. What we're going to do is remove the 7 drawings, move into the monthly time frame, and as we can see, roughly for the monthly we never touched the 200. That's pretty kind of crazy. Unless maybe if we go end up in a depression or something. Alright, so the usual stuff. Swing high to swing low. And we'll start during COVID times, I guess, on this one. Swing high, here. Swing low, here. Alright, and then swing high, here. This is already covered by this swing low. Right? And then you go swing high again. There. Smaller swing low. Okay, so I'm going to leave this one alone. Call it a day for that one. Put this in as a swing low here. Now I'm going to move it up to here as a new swing high. And then here. Oh, and full swing goes here. So I'm going to leave it at that. Alright, so now just change these templates over to monthly. Let me see if there's an easier way to do this. Yep, there is an easier way to do this. That's how we're going to be doing it. Okay, so that's going to be good enough for now. Time for the weeklies. Okay. We'll start off, let's say, here. Swing high. Actually, let's do this. Rename this monthly. That way we're not accidentally changing. Monthlies when we don't need to be changing monthlies. Boom. Objects locked. Called it a day. Now we're going to move on to weeklies. Okay. Swing high. Swing high. Swing high. Swing high. Swing high. And actually, if you do this right, you really don't have to do it again. So that's kind of the sweet part about this, I guess. Even though I'm doing this for practice, if you do it right, you don't have to do it again. Okay, So now we're going to go into daily. I'm only going to do these two because I think we all understand the gist of it at this point. Swing high. Boop. Swing high. Swing low. Swing high. Not gonna worry about these little swings. Only gonna worry about the big swings. So tired now. Is that an even easier way? Holy moly. Boom. Done. I love it. Okay. So now, to make it even easier to view, just lock it all into place. And now I'm going to go into the daily time frame. Now we're actually going to go into the 2-minute time frame and see how well these things reacted to my levels. Right? So, just for an example for this day, here, you can pretty clearly see. Let me turn dark first, I guess. Okay. There we go. This is where it begins, right? The trading day. As you can see, normally you'd be coming into it, you would not be touching it because it is hitting a monthly support. You don't want to do that. You want to wait until it tests again and again, right? So, what you want to do, is there a replay? Oh, there is a replay, sweet. But anyways, best place to trade, here. Right? Not even down here, because you don't want to touch it. Your monthly level is here. It will retest. That's the one thing I always must remember. It will retest. It's just that simple. Then I can target from level to level of daily, and keep it going. Right? As I can see, it always hit a new level and then a new low. Crazy part was I was trying to catch the bottom down here and I lost my PA account this way. Even though I should have known better, right? Holy moly. If I would have done this work before, I would have known. There's no need for me to try to even catch this, because the real place would be here for me to catch my short, right? And to catch my short, I would have been trying to enter right here with a stop loss up here. And what is that? First, the Fibonacci retracement, right? You're doing this from the low to the high. No, I need to turn off the magnet. Let me turn off the background. Okay, this was the high. I know for a fact I would have done this. That's why I'm putting it where I'm putting it. Because I would do it here. The reason I know I would have done something stupid like this is because I really would do something stupid like this. Okay, get in on the close. Stop loss would be here, right? And I would expect at least a 50% retracement, which is a 1 to 1.1. However, you would want at least to here, which is a 60% retracement. Golden puck is always 70%, 78% to be exact. However, 78 I truly would have believed would have been very difficult to reach, so I would have set my stop loss at the 60. And lo and behold, it always hits the 60. That's the crazy part. Doesn't always, of course. Probably saying that completely wrong. Not always. But here we are. Would have been the perfect area if I would have waited for my support and resistance lines to play a factor. But I did not. What I decided to do was be stupid and try to catch the short going down this way. Right? Even this way there was a move up nicely. Very nicely. But, you know, when you play dumb, it is what it is. But anyways, it looks like even Friday, it reacted very nicely to the levels. Even bottom ticked here amazingly well. Therefore, I do need to now trust my levels, because I believe I did very well on these levels. And therefore, I will be trusting my levels going forward. The only reason I was even able to accomplish those few trades that I did very well was simply because I trusted my levels. And here we are. So now I'm going to save this as a brand new template. Make a copy. And this is when I wanted to turn into this. And turn it into a 4. What I should put is the 4 kings. Alright, so the reason for the 4 kings, or the 4 horsemen, or, you know, whatever you want to call them, because I know I just realized that's what it kind of stands for as well. But the reason for that is going to be, now I convert this into 4. Where is it? Boom, 4. Turn this off. Make this into ES. Make this into NQ. Oh, that's my brush. Okay. But anyways, we're going to get rid of these. Cool. And because ES and NQ and QQQ and SPY and ES move together, QQQ and NQ move together, so I'm not going to bother doing those, while recording. I'm going to do those off screen and, come up with a game plan accordingly. And for this game plan for ES, it's exactly the same as NQ. Looking for a slight bounce into the daily support and resistance areas, and then actually back into the monthly support and resistance area up here, hopefully anyway, and we'll go from there. But I truly do believe this is the key now. I believe this is what I was missing the entire time, just having confidence in my levels and going forward from there. So on that note, 10:33 at night, good night.